Hey guys, this is Farrell, and I am here on the Hermitpack. I've been meaning to try to record this for quite a while, and ran into a lot of issues with the initial versions of Hermitpack. It was very unstable on my computer. It was very unstable with my video card driver. It was very unstable with OBS. And finally, we've gotten to a point where the pack is advanced enough where I feel I'm safe to start recording things and necessarily have to worry about having episodes that I can't record because every 5 minutes the game is crashing on me. Downside is, of course, at this point the Zazuma Patreon modded server has gone on far long enough that I would have a bit of a problem actually showing you guys everything I've done there. I've put out a single episode of that series, and there's just too much that's gone on, and I'm kind of behind the curve as well because I'm nowhere near the level of time that most of the other players have been able to put into it. And there's also the fact that it's a multiplayer server, and the X servers tend to be a little sensitive to my connection, so it doesn't really work all that well for video. I mean, there's just lots of stutters and drops, and then you throw OBS on top of it. We're going to go ahead and go off on a single player tangent here. I've got a seed up on the screen. This is a seed that was tested originally on snapshot 16W20A. I believe that would have been one of the 1.9 or 1.10 snapshots, probably 1.10. This one generates a very large mesa biome with several mine shafts scattered throughout it, a couple swamps in relatively nearby distances, some horses out in one area, a village, nothing too complicated for the village. It's a pretty good looking seed. I've played around a little bit on it on single player just to kind of get an idea for how well it would work. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try to start this up. Okay guys, so it looks like the world is finished generating in. There's going to be some slight tweaks here. My inventory is starting out fresh, as is my achievements. However, you'll notice that on Journey Map I do have a bookmark. This was from actually where I had played around with this map previously, which is why you'll also see that I've got a lot of terrain actually generated on my map to begin with, which is kind of nice, because I'll be able to actually go out and look. Like, for instance, I know that village is out there. This gives you an idea of just kind of the extent that I went exploring. I know that there is some fruit trees I'm going to need down there, some more fruit trees that I can use over there, and there is also out in, I believe in this general area, if I remember correctly. Actually, no, it's over in here is a desert temple, because these are actually very small slices of desert scattered through there. So my plan here is I want to actually set up shop over in this neck of the woods here, quite literally. The mesa, because it's a bit of a challenge, and I like a little bit of a challenge. So what else do I have in mind? Well, let's see. What can I say? There's mods in here that I have plenty of familiarity with. I'm reasonably familiar with the Ender IO mod. There are some mods in here that are completely new to me, and some other things I need to think about. I need to stay away from that entrance because I don't want any mobs to come after me just yet. Rather go ahead and okay, and of course Tinker's Construct I'm very familiar with. I mean, that is essentially the cornerstone of every mod pack at this point, for good reason. It's a very good mod. It's one that they have advanced pretty nicely over the last few years, I would say. Okay, so we got plenty of gold in here because I am in a mesa. However, I don't exactly have an iron pick right now. Basic UHC start rules, GTFO, because that is a cave and I have no lights to work with. Also happen to know there are some decent stairs over here. So goals, I want to play around with some of the new mods. I didn't have a chance to play around with all of them very much on the Zazuma. I keep forgetting what I should really be calling it. It's not really Zazuma Naughty, it's the Zazuma Patreon modded server pretty much. The terrain I'm in here is not really all that bad. It's a pretty nice setup. In fact, there's a really good spot, which is why I wanted to... I've actually deleted all the other bookmarks that survived from the old world, and I want to just use my spawn bookmark that I created when I started this world and the home bookmark, because it's a good setup for a home area. Provided I do a little bit of tree chopping. The other part of the challenge, aside from learning some mods that I haven't really had a chance to play with, is I also want to... I would really like... I'm going to set up on this side instead this time. The reason why I went over in this general direction, all the way over in that direction, is there's a pond right there, which is a really good starting spot. But it was a little on the indefensible side, and I didn't really have much in the way of options for growing out there. It's kind of a little difficult in this one spot to do too much, but this is the only water I really know about on this side of the hill, right here. There's another lake over there, another lake over there, some lakes there, a nice little slime island there. But, yeah, I think we'll kind of set up shop. I can make the same mistake I made on the last server. I also need to worry about food. Do I have... No, I don't. Because I want to make this a genuine challenge. So yeah, just kind of getting myself acquainted with the mods, but also getting a chance to play a little bit on a Mesa. It's not really one of my top picks as far as biomes go. I mean, I'm usually much happier actually building out in the plains or somewhere that's relatively flat by default anyways, because then you don't really spend too much in terms of terraforming or mucking with land. So, kind of a little bit of a learning experience to everything. That is going to be a problem. Food right off the bat. But... can't eat just that. Food. Problem is, I'm in a mesa, and just holding on to that apple because of, just so used to doing it because of UHCs. A lot of startup that I need to do. Now, I could go down and try to raid some of the mine shafts, but my first playthrough didn't work out as well as I'd expected, because there are a lot of cave spiders in some of these mine shafts. I made it very hard to actually get much of anything right off the bat. I could certainly try, but speaking of not getting much, I'm not getting much in the way of apples here. I really could use those right now. I don't have a unlimited... Come on, an apple? Anything? Just one? Nothing. Wow. This is starting to bum me out a little bit. Got 3 beans. I can't do anything with it until I get some onions and some meat. I should have gone... There's some sheep way back in that forest, but they are way too far away now to make it there before I've got to worry about the sun going down. So at this point, all I can really just do is build a basic survival shelter and get on with surviving in the mod pack. So I'm going to be back as soon as I've got some useful progress to report there. Okay, so at the end of day one, I've got myself a very basic survival shelter. Somewhat safe since I've got the lake out here in front of me. I was not having much luck in picking up anything that will give me apples. I picked up one more, and unfortunately, I needed to eat that more than I needed to save the apples. What I really need is 3 apples so I can at least get a single apple orchard going here. Anything would be better than nothing at this point. But I feel safe enough over here that I can at least venture out and try getting some more trees. Plenty of beans. 1 apple. Don't want to wander too far away because I know that this place will be absolutely crawling with stuff pretty soon. By that same logic, I also want to take down as many trees as I can so I don't have to deal with plenty of things hiding out in the open tomorrow morning. The skeletons up here are pretty bad, and for an early game startup, running across those guys or anything in the lapis or glowstone armor is just a real pain. There's another apple. Zombie over there that might be running out of time here. They also have an annoying tendency to pop up when you least expect it. Oh, not a baby, not a baby. No, 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 no. Do not want, do not want. Okay, calm down a little now. Jeez, I knew the creeper was over there, but the frickin' baby zombie took me by complete surprise. That was stupid. Jeez, that's like the worst thing that you can encounter on your first night in the game. Good news is I've got my 4 apples, and I've got my orchard. Now I'm getting inside and taking cover. I've got some rotten flesh, which I suppose is good, but not really. Actually, I do have enough coal here for some torches. Let's take care of that real quick then. Nope. Don't want them spread out quite that far away. Alright, now I think I'll take my chance with the rotten flesh. If only just to heal up faster. There's not much I can really do. I don't have wheat for a stew. Don't have any of the ingredients for chili, which would be the easiest thing to make. I can make a mixed salad, but I don't even have iron for the cutting board, let alone salad dressing. If I had a pot, yeah, if I had a pot I'd have plenty of iron. I would have had iron armor at this point. And even better, I'm going to be losing the axe pretty soon, too. Alright, so I'm a bit on the move. You may kind of see I'm in a slightly different area away from home. Survived the night in my little shelter. And one of the spots that I have here on the server is a nice little mine shaft. in this mesa. It is out in the open. I am nowhere near kitted up enough to even think about taking this on in any level of seriousness, but I kind of don't have a choice. For starters, I need coal, and for even more, I need iron, because I need a shield of some sort if I'm going to survive in hard mode here. Let's see, the creeper's probably down around the corner, so we'll let him be. Can't grab the gold. Looks like this pops down into a bit of a cave. Not going to be able to get anything down there. And there's some sort of mob with glowstone armor down there, so we're going to be avoiding him. Now, downside, there is a spider spawner over there. That is also something I am nowhere near kitted up to be able to take on. On the upside, I saw something just in view over here, which are two chests. Now this, I know, is right above where that spider spawner is, so I've got to be very careful. I've got to get in and out of here fast. Because I do not want to be spawning any spiders out of there. So let's see what we got. Orange clay we're going to go ahead and just plop down to get rid of. I can also get rid of the experience. I'll leave myself some nice cheaty floaty sand here. Ooh, lots of bread. I like that. The rails aren't so useful. Slime pearl I can use to get... come here. There you go. Because I picked up one more item. Don't really need the minecart. The chest I will happily take. Let's see what else we can grab here. Yep. I can make it like that. I've also got to put my chest down, or my iron or cobble. Gotta get a crafting table out for starters, and think about getting some food, because I am going to need it for the trip home. There's another spider spawner in there, as you can see. And not so much anything over there, but I do not want to stick around, because bad things will happen if I do. Not really anything down there I'm going to be able to grab. And over here, not so much anything aside from floating rails. That's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is start making my way home, because I think I'd rather be home and cooking up dinner than out in the open waiting for dinner to cook, because as you can see, the sun is already going down. It took me most of the day to make my way over there, and I've got to figure out how to get back up to the top of the mesa. Preferably avoiding mobs like that. Last thing I need to do is get blasted underground. This is not going to be fun. I'm 300 blocks away, and I am now starving, so take some of that rice that I grabbed along the way. That will get me just enough to get running again. Some more rice over here. This is going to be cutting it a little close for comfort. So I've got to get through a forest to get home. And all sorts of stuff loves to hang out in this forest. Come on, come on, come on. I mean, the great thing about this mesa is it is really begging for some bridges to be built across it. And you sort of... Oh, no, 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 no. I do not want to see you. Yes, hello. Thank you for the hug. However, no thank you. Zombie spider. creeper, not a creeper, anything but a creeper. And my health just, my hunger bar just kicked low. And there's an invisible spider over there. And another zombie. Oh, jeez, everything's coming out to get me right now. Can't run, can't run. What am I doing? Okay, gotta watch, because hard mode, they can break down that door. But more importantly, food. So, I guess I'm going to be cooking this up and waiting for everything out there to despawn. Okay, forgot about this one. There's a spider spawner here that I've managed to pick up. Completely forgot about that. Came around the corner, saw the dirt room, started going through it, and then next thing you know, I'm getting besieged by spiders. Not the greatest of fun, but on the upside, mining backpack. Alright. And then I also got fire protection while I'm using that, which is even nicer. Means I am not going to worry about taking on any zombies at this point. I think this is the only real chest that was in this dungeon. This is a pretty wide spread out dungeon. Actually, I think there's maybe one or two more in here. So I do want to come back and actually deal with this, but not when I don't have the basics for protection on me right now, namely a shield. That was more just a get in, get out kind of thing. I was going to go over and see if I could get some food out of the forest over there, but I think this is actually a little more valuable. Just because I've got some extra rice that I picked up, I've got some food. I've got enough basic food to get by for a little while at least. And it feels pretty good to finally take that bit on. Still waiting for this blasted tree to grow over here. I'm a little annoyed that it hasn't grown yet. Let's see. So, yeah, a good amount of stuff that I'm bringing back at this point. Some extra food in the form of the cactus fruits at least. We really need to actually think about getting a farm up and going, actually, now that I think about it, because that's probably going to fare me a little better in the short term, at least if I can start planting some of that rice. I mean, it's not a great, perfect food source, but it's fast enough. Something I did not know myself until I started playing the mod pack is you can use the hoe to turn coarse dirt into regular dirt. But apples will still be good, just as good. It's just the apples on the trees don't necessarily grow as reliably. I did take some of the copper that I found earlier that mined up and some of the tin that I had, dug those together, made myself a bronze pickaxe because that will last a little while longer. And what I'm looking for are pumpkin seeds. I'm not really going to get anything out of. Flax, I don't really need much string right now because now I got that much sitting in there. What I do need are my rice seeds. I would try to do something with the beans, but I just don't have the means for it right now to do anything too fancy. So we can at least start that growing and go get some sleep. Gotta love that little graphical glitch being that tucked into the wall and everything. Alright, new day has dawned. I would like to make myself a bow in case I run across any skeletons. Perhaps I can start doing some stuff there. Leave the rice behind. And the mining backpack, because I'm not going to go underground. At least that's the plan this time. If I am, I'm not going to be going underground too much to do anything. I need to head back over to the spawn point and see if I can pick up some more food. Just doing a little bit of underground caving, and yep, I was right. There is at least another chest in here. Not much that we're going to get out of it, it looks like. Some torches, which I'm glad to see. And void protection for bubbles. Well, I guess if I wind up in the end somehow magically, like some Enderman teleports me there, I guess I'll be okay. Kinda. I'm not exactly sure how that particular bauble works. Not gonna go that way. I see there, Mr. Creeper. I also see Mr. Skeleton there. Thank you. I did not really need that. Okay, well, that was great. He just kicked me out of the cave. In fact, kicked me on the other side of the mountain, I think. Where am I? Oh, yeah, because, I mean, the mine shaft's over there. It's, well, it's technically also under here still, too, but... do I go up and over and waste a lot of... Actually, I need to waste some food right now anyways, because I'm in danger of getting myself killed. Actually, that's right, the entrance... There's another way into the caves that's a little easier, or into this mine shaft that's a little easier on this seat, and that is off to the left, because I came in through those entrances last time, and oh, it's about to be dark. But you know what? I really don't care. You can come down over here, and this is a relatively easy way to get in and out. And in my case, also a pretty good way to come back and grab this gravel that I missed the first time through. Rule number one of most mod experiences with tinkers. You can never have enough too much gravel at the start. Alright, so wrapped up that little mine adventure, managed to come back, get some of my Tinker's Smelters construct set going, but got quite a bit of ways to go and nowhere near enough supplies to actually finish it up. I've got a bow with one arrow to survive here. My sword is running low. And while I've got iron, I really don't want to go smelting it if I can at all avoid it. So I need more sand, but hey, great news. I've got a ready supply of it sitting right down here. The entire mine shaft is now lit up here, so I don't have to worry about running across any more mobs underground. Which means I can just clean with impunity down here. No troubles whatsoever to worry about. Unless something wanders in from outside. That's a whole other story. But, you know, what are the odds of that happening? So yeah, for those keeping track at home, there were, I believe, 2 mine chests down in that mine there. Not too bad of a haul for early game stuff. Some reasonable equipment in there. Reasonable risk. I am certainly not complaining at this point. I feel like this is giving me just a little bit of an edge at this point. Let's see if we can get this working. Oh yeah. Perfect. That's 2 whole stacks. That'll be more than enough. It's about the brightest green thing on the mesa right now. I will admit, the grass up here is not all that attractive. Can kind of see why you need a little bit of splash of color and why people are so eager to cover everything up in the mesa biome. There's more when I get the smeltery set up. I also have to keep in mind I'm going to need to fuel this thing, which means I'm going to have to find some lava. Good news is there's none on the surface anywhere near here, so I've got a little cave underground that I can get into that I've got in my little mining shaft. I actually need to start driving that further down too. No surface lava until I get all the way over here, and that is a long trip to make during the day. Might be some lava over here. That kind of looks like a little bit of a surface lava lake there, so that's a little closer at least. Survey says it should be down There's that. That looks like it might just be a regular sandstone cave, though, not so much a lava lake. Nope, actually it is lava, but it's only one piece, and half the ravine wants to fall onto it there. I still have yet to make that blasted shield. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I should be doing that. There's no excuse to not do it, and then I don't do it. And of course I left all of iron back home. 2 is going to be just enough to get me going. Ideally, I would rather have 4 buckets of lava, but beggars can't be choosers. I need to also pillar up to that purple island and see if I can get anything interesting off of that. Probably not, but at the very least, I can potentially open up the bottom of the lake, let it drain out, and turn it into a little bit of a makeshift slime farm if I wanted to. That's my little mining shaft down here, by the way. That currently goes down all the way to the bottom of the ladder. Well, the bottom ladder currently is around 50 blocks down inside of one of those little underground caves that the pack likes to create. And we'll go ahead and make that day just to go ahead and go ahead. Go ahead to go ahead to go ahead. Okay. Whatever you say, Farrell. I'll keep the inside of this lit up, so I'm not going to need too much more. You're operational, you're operational. You're going to be all set. Could run back over and get some more lava. You can see there's another mine shaft over in that area. And... yeah, we already know about that one, because that was one that had the 2 chests outside. I believe there's 1 or 2 more inside on this mine shaft. And then also, I believe that should be a nature core over there. Anywhere you see kind of greenery spread about, definitely a good sign that something weird is going on in that particular spot. So the 2 mine shafts there might... nah, not likely. It's kind of a little odd cut, but they're too small compared to that size stuff. And then I know there is a mine shaft over here. And the desert temple, however, is over in this direction. Oh, there's another lava lake over there. I just don't have a... you really need to build a bridge across that ravine if I'm going to go raiding for that. So that might be next on my list to do once I get all of this stuff up and running. Which this should be the last piece I need to do it. Possibly. Maybe... probably not. Nope, just enough. 1 working smelter, good. Let's go ahead and get that dealt with. Put another 3 in there. And that should give me all of the aluminum brass that I'm going to need for casting. Awesome. So I'm going to start working on some of that stuff. Go ahead and get my setup in place, all of my ducks in a row for that, and I'll bring you back when I have all that set up, essentially.